Hello my spooky crew, and thanks for coming back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time here. My name is Alex and this is my spooky corner of the internet. Here's a story that I'm ashamed that I didn't know about. I'm a huge Lady Gaga fan. Her music is so inspiring to me and I think she is just fabulous. And yet I don't know how this story went under the radar for me. I'm a ghost person, there's no excuse for me to have missed this. I know most of my fellow diehard Lady Gaga fans already knew about this story, and mainly because they told it to me. But if you're someone who doesn't follow celebrity news, then this might be brand new information for you. Some of you may be thinking, why should we care or even explore celebrity paranormal experiences? Why not? They're people just like us, except for fame and fortune. But given that us normal, poor people have paranormal experiences every day, it shouldn't be a shock that celebrities have these experiences too. If anything, one could argue that famous people attract more ghosts than the average bear. Don't quote me on that, I have no way to support it, that's just my little tidbit. Ghost Theory 101. Let's dive into Lady Gaga's paranormal experiences. In 2009, Lady Gaga started her epic Monster Ball tour. The tour started in November and it went all over the world. It was a major epic tour. And the story goes is that during the tour, Lady Gaga had a ghost that she couldn't get rid of. There's no info on really how this haunting started or where it started. Like, we don't know if she had always had this spirit or she visited some haunted place at one of her tour stops and picked up the ghost or anything. What we do know is that people who worked with Lady Gaga on the tour said that she believed that she was being haunted by a spirit named Ryan. And it was also reported that Lady Gaga was scared of Ryan. And while he hadn't done anything too freaky or violent, according to the Daily Star, I know, epic, accurate news source, I guess Ryan was more annoying than anything, and he wouldn't leave Lady Gaga alone. Sounds like Ryan might have been a super fan. Also, we don't really have any information as to how he was annoying Lady Gaga. Like, we don't know if he was, like, touching her, if he was making noises, if she was hearing disembodied voices. All we know is that she was sure that she had a spirit following her named Ryan. And he traveled halfway around the world with Lady Gaga. I mean, let's be real. If I was a spirit and I was just kind of floating around this planet and this amazing music artist came around and they were traveling the world, I'd be like, hey, let's tag along. However, I probably wouldn't be making myself known at all. And usually when stuff like this happens, it means that the spirit is trying to communicate something to the person they are haunting. Meaning, Ryan had something to say to Lady Gaga. Rumor has it that Lady Gaga had every venue and hotel room scanned by paranormal investigators at each stop to see if there was paranormal activity. Meaning she had a Ghostbuster crew coming in and sweeping the area before she came in because she was that freaked out about spirits. So the paranormal activity is continuing. She's been on the road for a few months now, and by the time the tour hit Belfast, Ireland, Lady Gaga had enough. So the tour started November 27th, 2009, and the Belfast date was February 22nd, 2010. So we're talking about 3 months on the road-ish. So somewhere between November 2009 and February 2010, Lady Gaga picked up this spirit. Again, we don't know how. We don't know. Maybe she had bought something from an antique store and there was a spirit attached to it, or maybe the spirit came with one of the attendees of her concerts. I don't know. I mean, ghost theory is very complex. So while Lady Gaga was in Belfast, Ireland, she contacted a local medium. Well, one of her people contacted a local medium, and she and her crew assembled, and apparently they had a seance. The seance is a long-lived method of spirit communication. I mean, seances have been happening for centuries, but they got more popular around the spiritualism movement in the 1800s. Basically, people assemble, they usually sit around a table, they grab hands, they focus their energy on making communication with the spirit. And this is exactly what Lady Gaga did. And during the seance, apparently she confronted Ryan and told him once and for all, go away. Look at Mother Monster setting those boundaries. But really, this is a good way of handling any hauntings or paranormal activity that you personally are experiencing. Setting those boundaries can actually make a huge difference. I don't know why it works, but it works. For the most part. Unless you're doubtful or you don't have faith in the methods that you're using, then yeah, maybe your confidence will cause it to not work. Lady Gaga has the seance. She tells Ryan once and for all to go away. The tour stops after Belfast were Liverpool and London. I think Liverpool was first and then London. So this would have been after Lady Gaga told Ryan to go away. And according to the Mirror, when Lady Gaga arrived in London, she reportedly spent $4,500 on paranormal investigation gear. There are some memes floating around saying that she spent like $50,000 on paranormal investigation gear, ghost hunting gear. I don't know if that's true, because I don't even know if the $4,500 is true. But that number is more realistic, because ghost hunting equipment is so expensive. Yeah, it is. It is expensive. Yeah, ghost hunting equipment is crazy pricey. Apparently, she bought the paranormal investigation gear before her London tour stop at the O2 Arena. So someone from Lady Gaga's crew contacted someone named Dan Webb to buy the gear. And why did she do this? Apparently Lady Gaga was so freaked out about the bad energy and evil spirits that she wanted to do a whole sweep of the backstage area of the O2 Arena. Now, according to Dan Webb, Lady Gaga's aide told him that the equipment had to be robust since they were taking it on the road with them. Again, this is assuming that the sources themselves are accurate, and we're talking about the Mirror and the Daily Star, so So the paranormal world is really, really small, or at least it is on Facebook, and I couldn't find a Dan Webb. I searched, and I even asked some of my UK, Great Britain, Ireland, Scotland friends in the paranormal community over there. I said, hey, have you ever heard of Dan Webb? And they said no, but I did find a Dave Webb in Belfast, Ireland. Now, this would actually make more sense based on the timeline. So for me, it would make more sense, like maybe when the medium was contacted in Belfast, maybe Mr. Webb was contacted in Belfast as well, and that's where she got the gear. So that would make more sense based on the timeline. Or could it be that after the seance, Lady Gaga wasn't feeling super confident and she just wanted to keep her spiritual space in check and just make sure everything is okay? Now, if Lady Gaga was my client and she was asking me for help, I would suggest a few things. And I would ask her these questions. I would ask her what kind of activity has happened to make her think that this was a spirit and not something more explainable. I would also ask her if there was anything significant about her tour stops or wherever she picked up Ryan. And that's assuming she picked up Ryan on tour. Ryan may have been around even before the tour and just didn't make himself known until after she was on the road. I would also ask her where the name Ryan came from. How do you know that this spirit's name is Ryan? While it's not a bad idea to have local teams investigating your hotel room and venues beforehand, unless they were working super fast, it's unlikely that they would be able to come to some sort of conclusion about the spiritual makeup of the place. Paranormal investigations take time, but reviewing the investigation and reviewing the data takes even longer. Also, I think I would probably focus more on giving Lady Gaga the tools she needed to cleanse her space as well as ground and shield herself. For example, she didn't necessarily need the seance to tell the ghost to go away. She didn't even need to hire a medium, really. I mean, sometimes it's nice to have a medium there just to kind of check in to see how things are going, but you can set those boundaries without those extra steps. Save some money. And while I'm impressed that Lady Gaga bought a ghost hunting kit and electromagnetic field detection tools, that could actually do more harm than good. We actually recommend to people in the paranormal world that you don't investigate your own house, you don't set up recording equipment in your own house to look for spirits. Look at it this way, if Ryan was truly gone, using those tools to still look for spirits could be a way to invite him back or invite unwanted visitors to come and see you. I compare it to having a huge lit up sign above you that says to spirits, hey, I'm looking for you. And some spirits may see that as an invitation to communicate. Like, oh hey, she can see us, she can talk to us, let's go see her, let's go chat it up. Also, if you're using a K2 meter or EMF meters around the backstage area of an arena for a concert, there's so much electricity in these places, of course a K2 meter would go off. And for somebody who may not know that, if they're going around the backstage area with a K2 meter and it's going off, they may see that and think, oh snap, there's a ghost here, when really it's just the electricity setting off the K2 meter. K2 meter also could mean electromagnetic field detectors. Also, finally, electromagnetic field or EMF poisoning is a real thing. If you're exposed to too much electromagnetic fields, you can start experiencing hallucinations that can make you think you're haunted. So all of the stuff that's happening and Lady Gaga thinks she's being haunted by a spirit, it could just be too much exposure to EMF. And finally, from a psychological standpoint, continuing to check for paranormal activity isn't healthy and can cause someone to continue believing they're haunted when they really might not be. But from the sounds of it, it seems like Lady Gaga has since resolved her issue with Ryan the ghost. And I found this story particularly interesting because, yeah, it's Lady Gaga, and also, I mean, she had a seance and she bought ghost hunting gear. What do you think of this story? Let me know in the comments. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, give this video a like, and click on that notification bell so you'll know when I upload a new video. And feel free to share this video with your friends and family who also enjoy the spooky stuff and Lady Gaga. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next round.